us. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. We're very excited to have our special guests tonight. They're, as you know, the creators of the Penny Arcade, and dare I say empire. I know that's probably a bad word, but it really is an empire. It's pretty impressive. They're here today to talk about their new book, The Splendid Magic of Penny Arcade, 11.5-year anniversary edition. And are there spoilers? Or should I not? Okay, cool. All right, so without further ado, please welcome Jerry Hopkins and Mike Crowley.
I guess there is one spoiler. There's a secret title to the book. Some of you have already found the real title for the book. If you haven't, just sort of slip off your dust coverage. So we're going to do a Q and an A here for a little while before we start signing names. But in order to have A's, we need Q's. And that's where you guys are going to go. If you have a question, let's hear it. He's been in basic training 2.5 months and has no idea what's happening in the real world. And you want to play video games. What are we looking at? PlayStation 3, Xbox? Well, you should definitely pick up a copy of Mass Effect 2. I'd say Bioshock 2, and Heavy Rain. That should last you pretty much all summer.
That'll last you until they send you to a horrible leg.
Barbie Horse Adventures.
Barbie Horse Adventures, another incredible but yeah, if you just got back, you would have missed especially Mass Effect 2. Heavy Rain is pretty experimental. So we'll see if you like a game where you give kids piggyback rides. I'm ready for that. Maybe not for everybody. Maybe not a broad play demographically. I don't know. We'll see. I love questions. This young man would like to know if there are any plans for an automata or automata comic book. Is there? Oh, I have to write it first. And that's time consuming. But no, we would love to do that. I think that our treat. So the next month, obviously these 3 days have been very densely packed with human experiences. Before we go on, let me just take a moment to appreciate you all for coming out tonight. Thank you very, very much. But you're still great. This is a different thing. So the way that it's going to work is that this whole month is going to be super dense, and then it culminates in PAX East, right? So our time really isn't our own at the moment, but we think that we would like to celebrate our newfound freedom after PAX East and try to go back to one of those. It's either going to be Automata or Lookouts, I imagine, and just try to do a storyline for those. Because I know we tease people, we put out these little ideas, and then we embroider them just enough to get people excited, and then we have to make JPEGs about body parts and so forth. So. Oh, I'm going to give you this.
Speaking of series you've abandoned.
Topic we could go on for a while.
I'm going to do another safe game with Father Ward because it's seriously the only treatment of both Christianity and gaming where one side doesn't make the other look like a douchebag.
If you want more save games with Father Ward, who I think appeared one time. Okay, so twice, because you donated. Thank you for that, by the way. What, like 6 years ago? 7 years ago? Yeah, we haven't really thought about Father Ward again. But now that I know you like him so much, we're going to put him up on the whiteboard. We'll be back. Right here.
Alright, I'm very, very new to this whole Penny Arcade.
So are we.
What was the, actually, I forgot my question actually. I'll come back.
Okay. Well, I'll just stare at you. Judging side.
I have a second part of my question, and I'll just
roll with that.
Alright, you guys play Team Fortress 2?
No.
No?
I don't play Team Fortress 2.
It's very, very rare. When it first came out, we gigantic almost, the Pit City Combat Union. We sort of fell off of that. I mean, we feel like it's our responsibility to sort of get out there on the edge and try to experience as many new games as we can so that we can be useful to you.
I think he remembered his first
Oh, your first question is back?
Yes.
Woohoo!
All right. When you guys first started doing this comic, did you ever think it would get this big?
He wants to know if we ever thought that Penny Arcade would get this big.
Of course. Yeah, I thought, hey, I'm gonna not go to college. I'm gonna hang out with my friends and play video games and draw, and then I'll be huge. Yeah, it always works that way, right? No, I had no idea. Even now, it's a surprise. Definitely.
Nice.
You, sir. D&D podcasts are on the way. Yeah. In fact, everyone's agreed to it. Will's on board. Scott's on board. We're gonna do it. It's just we're waiting on Wizards of the Coast to tell us when.
Vin Diesel?
We've got a rogue. No, we don't have a rogue yet.
Vin Diesel.
I think Tycho wants to DM. Actually.
Yeah, you should.
It's true. I do. No. I mean, my fantasy, so if we bring the D&D podcast back, like, it seems like lots of people are enthusiastic about it. We want to try to satisfy them in every way possible. Not just the podcast. But essentially, when we put that stuff out, like, the next time we do it, I want to try to mix it up a little bit so that, okay, so we do an Acquisitions Incorporated podcast, but we also come up with, I want to run a game where I try to sort of tell a story. So it's sort of like a book on tape, but that some of the storytelling is done with the game mechanics. I try to use D&D as a storytelling mechanism so that when you're driving around in your car or whenever you're listening to those, like, there's a sort of a narrative that you can follow that is really almost the point of it. I think that could be a lot of fun.
But listen, Chris Perkins sat down at that table to kill us. I don't know how many people here listen to that podcast, but you can tell there is murder in that man's voice. He was just waiting for us to spring that trap. You know what? This is the crazy thing, is he's actually a pretty good DM, and I think I know the reason why is because he sits down to tell you the story that you wrote, and if you ruin it by dying, he doesn't want that, right? That would just get in the way of his awesome story that you wrote. He sort of has to keep you alive. But let's have more questions in the back.
Okay, first of all, let me say, I love PATV, but are you guys ever going to bring back just like the regular podcast?
I think PATV is sort of taking the place of the podcast. I know that the fourth wall episodes that we do are sort of trimmed down versions of us writing the comic, where normally with a podcast you get all of our weird side quests, you might call them. And that stuff is actually going to be on the DVD. So there will be a Penny Arcade TV series DVD, and you'll get all the weird conversations that we have when we should be working on a comic.
Are you going to do any more paintings?
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually have been painting, but it has been in the form of a mural for our new baby's room. So I did like an undersea sort of thing for the last couple months, but now that's wrapped up, so I'll be going back to painting on canvas again and posting pictures. But yeah, I really enjoy it.
Are you guys still going to be doing games? Your own games?
He wants to know if we're still going to be doing our own games, and all I can tell you is to look to Paxies. So, I mean, I just got a document that pertains very deeply to that. It's in my pocket. I'm going to read it when we get done here tonight. But a final announcement on that should be end of March. So, but yeah, the answer is yes. The shape of it will surprise you.